On this edition of Sustainably Speaking, we explore the complications of transporting firewood. The threat of transporting invasive species becomes a concern when moving firewood long distances. But by following regulations and safety practices from the Wisconsin DNR, the threat can become much lower.
They're hidden within that wood, unless you really are scraping the bark off and looking for it, you're really not necessarily going to see it. So it's pretty easy for them to hide in there. And there's lots of other species that can kind of hide, just under the bark or into the wood where it's really difficult to see them. Even for us as experts, we can go to a tree out in the woods and start, scraping the bark looking for something invasive, and you can easily spend hours looking for something, and then all of a sudden, you find it here or there. So it's really hard to know exactly where, an insect or a disease might be within a given tree. So that's why, we just talk about firewood generally, as we really don't want to be moving firewood long distances because of the risk of moving, invasive species.
More information on safely transporting firewood ahead of the colder months can be found at the Wisconsin DNR website.